we're live. Alright, that was working. I don't know. Can you hear me? Is there anybody out there? Alright, let's check something here. Is there like a volume button over here? Hey Barb, how you doing? I can hear this coming fine. We're working on sound. Okay. Meh. It doesn't sound good. Are you ready for Christmas to be over? I think we did it. Alright, let's turn that down. What's going on? What is going on over there? Some of these photos aren't the right size. Do I? Oh, I have an echo now. Or is that just me hearing myself? Hang on. I don't know. Barb, do you hear an echo? I wonder. Nope, hold on. No, not that. Stop that. No echo? Okay, hang on. I think I know what to do. Oh, I got a new light. Thanks, James Byers. How you doing tonight? Trying to figure something out here. Change other app setting. Well, if I'm the only one that can hear it, I'm okay with that. Speakers, sounds. Gosh, I wish I knew more about this. Alright, well, whatever. No feedback or sound loops on your end. Sweet. I get this weird echo coming out at me from my speakers, but we have music going, and we're not getting an echo on your end, so I'm going to live with an echo. Because I need to hear my voice more, of course, you know. Alright. And we can listen to music, so I don't mind the echo too much. I need to move some stuff. I knew it would be a button somewhere, right? And it was a button somewhere. This echo that I'm getting is probably a button too. A setting that you just have to go in and... 5 minutes in, haven't done anything. That's okay, right? You guys will forgive me. There we go. Alright, I'm trying to make some adjustments to how the layout is on the desk here so that we can... I want to turn this down just a bit more. Okay. Let's see what the Franken-Cam looks like. That's good, right? I wanted more like in this part of the screen. So if I'm working on something, I think we're good. Yes, Renee, I am playing music. Can you hear it? Excuse me. We are playing music and getting an echo. All right. Okay, I'm happy about the music. You can't hear me over the music though. Okay. Let's try that. That doesn't really change anything. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, how about now? Yeah, it's like an on or off thing. It's like an on or off thing. I don't, where are we at here? Kill the music, it's distracting. Alright, hang on. Alright. And then kill this thing. The never-ending echo of doom. Alright. Alright, we tried. It was a noble effort. We almost got there. But that's okay. So, back to this piece here. How was everybody's day? Thanks for tuning in. All right. Got all my Christmas presents wrapped today, which was nice, except for one that, of course, it didn't show up until after all the other Christmas presents were wrapped, but whatever. So we have this issue where it's tight down here and really loose up here. And that's just because the ring sizes are different, right? By like a millimeter. So yesterday I was going to continue with what we had and go from there. But I think instead what I'm gonna do is take this end off and use the same batch of rings that this came from, and so we'll make it wider and then we'll shrink it down to the size of the bottle and probably end up having to make it longer, or we'll something like that. Either way, we're going to take this end off tonight because it's not going to work this way, which is fine. More stuff to do. I'd rather do it right than not at all. All right. So yeah, had a phone call with my dad. Talked with, caught up on how he's doing. got to talk to my family yesterday. It's been a couple of days of hanging out with, or talking with people that I don't get to see too much of because they're in another part of the country. So, I do miss them. But it was good to talk to him. My dad does mountain biking. He is a mountain biking fanatic. And recently he got into dirt biking. And he goes back and far back into the foothills, up to the mountains. He lives in Idaho, and we have a lot of mountains there. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure he goes with some other guys. I don't think he rides alone on his dirt bike, because those dirt bikes can get pretty far back there up in the hills, and if you crash and you're by yourself, you're screwed. So he's telling me he thinks he has a torn meniscus. So he might have to have surgery pretty soon. So that's no fun. But other than that, he was pretty healthy, doing okay, which I am thankful for. Yeah. Then I wrapped Christmas presents. I set up. I got my son a Amazon Fire, and I spent way too much time setting that thing up, trying to figure out how to get it into kid mode. Right, like I got it set up, got it connected to the Wi-Fi and everything, and there's a setting to make it so that he only has access to certain things, right, that are age appropriate. I fight with him on that all the time, you know, of the stuff that he currently gets into. And he has restrictions on his the tablet he has now. So hopefully the restrictions on the Fire, hopefully there's enough entertaining stuff on the Fire to keep him, you know, entertained. It's not something I want to have to monitor heavily the way I'm having to do right now. So I got that set up. That took up like the bulk of my gift wrapping. Just getting that all figured out. Got all my Christmas presents done and they're ready to go. Ran out of wrapping paper. Hi Heather. New to watching, nice to meet you too. You're fairly new to Chainmail, sweet. What does fairly new mean? Like within the last year, last couple of years, last week? I was fairly new once, a long, long time ago. And now I'm just old. Oh, right. Get the shade out of my face. You know what? I forgot to share the stream link. If you guys could do me a favor and share the stream, that would be awesome, because I completely forgot to. Because we were dealing with sound issues. I'll get it figured out. I'll get it, you know, to where we can control the volume. So it's not overpowering me. I don't know why that happened. But, you know, as is the case since January, so for a year now. That's cool, Heather. As is the case with everything, we don't know what we're doing, so That's fine, you know, we'll just have to figure it out. All right. Right now I am currently tearing apart a piece, and then we're going to tear it apart some more, and it's going to look like I'm a crazy person undoing all this work, but in the end it will work out better theoretically. We won't know until you try it. And it kind of sucks because I was kind of hoping to get farther along with this weekend instead of stumbling into a major roadblock, but I mean, I'm sitting down here opening and closing rings, which is like my favorite thing to do in the world. And yeah. So I don't mind having to redo it, really. Almost done tearing all these out. These rings go out much faster than they come in. Which is kind of a blessing when you're tearing a piece apart. Though I suppose that's probably only true for some weaves. So, Heather, if you're still on, what kind of stuff have you been making in the past year? If you don't mind me asking. I love it when people come into this hobby because they always make something I would never expect. Alright, one more ring to pull out here, and we'll be having to figure out something else. So, now we're going to split this down the middle so we can size it more appropriately to the bottle. Mostly bracelets, just got caught up on a temperature chain that's 5.5 feet long. Cool. See, I never would have thought to make a temperature chain. I think I know what that is, actually. So excuse me. All right, we'll move those out of the way. Now we got a swanky new bracelet. All right, see? Pretty. We need better lighting. That's okay. One day. All right. Ooh, my dryer's done. I gotta fold my laundry before I go back upstairs. Gotta fold my underoos. Don't be like that, ring. Just open back up gently. Man, okay, so if you were here last night watching me stream and remember me telling you about how I have these thoughts that continually crop up while I'm making chainmail, right? And I said, you know, of course I didn't have an example at the time while I was streaming. Well, I thought of the perfect example earlier today, and now I can't think of it. So there's a disappointing story for you. Oh. One of these days I will remember a thought that continually crops up while I'm working, and I will tell you about it. But for now, you'll just have to trust me that there are unresolved, embarrassing, traumatic, or shameful memories that I have that crop up randomly and won't go away when I do monotonous things like mow the lawn or make chainmail. It's weird, right? And of course, the fact that I can't think of it right now when my brain focuses on it over and over and over again. How many mail printed items are in the load? Are you talking about the guy in the Chainmail Flame shirt? There should be 197 items in there right now. Hi, I believe in you. How are you today? There's 197 pictures that it rotates through. I believe in you. I like that screen name. It's automatically encouraging. We are just working on some chainmail here. Oh, laundry. How many? None, actually. All my chainmail print stuff is clean and really just hanging around. All the stuff that I have. Because, you know, like a bunch of it's right here for me to show on screen whenever someone asks about it. I think it's, so what are we, 23 minutes in? Yeah, it's a little early for an impromptu commercial. You know, we're not going to cut to commercial break just yet. But, and when anyone says my name, they are saying the phrase back to me. Yeah, that's exactly right. Unless you're a ghost. Then I imagine someone saying that I believe in you and you're a ghost would be startling if you were a ghost. I don't know. But no, it's a very encouraging screen name. I do like it. Okay. That's the 3/16 right there. A 1/4 inch ring or two. I want this one. Because that's the harder of the two to get to. Oh, let go. And undo this monstrosity. And then we'll cut a section off, size it to the bottle. And maybe we'll move. Am I a knight? No, I am not a knight. I just make chainmail as a hobby and design like apparel and accessories with chainmail themed designs on it. And so I stream because I'm down here in my basement making projects, whatever. And I take the content and then put it on my website and my YouTube channel for other people. And sometimes they join me and hang out. The items in here, right, that are cycling through, those are all print products that I designed. And each one is based off a different chainmail weave. Like, this is a standard European foreign one that you see everywhere. Like, anytime you see chainmail in a movie, it's almost always this, right? But then there's weaves that have been developed since, probably the last, between the 80s and today, I think is probably a good measure of how long, like, the art of chainmail has been expanding. And this is called interwoven 4-in-1. The guy that designed it is brilliant. It's also a really useful weave. So there's a bunch of different weaves in chainmail, right? Like, this is Byzantine hexagons. Byzantine is typically a chain weave, right? Generally, people just make necklaces out of it. But I wish I had a clearer camera for you. Then you have things like that. This bottom part is called rondo, and the center part here is called Japanese 12 and 2. There's 12 rings go into each center ring there. So I take these designs and so I can put chainmail on just anything. Yeah, like right now we're doing this is a bottle wrap, right? That's kind of what's gonna look like when we're all done. So I put chainmail on all kinds of stuff. Other people just, I mean, there's no limit to what you can do with it, except, you know, for what you can think up is all. It's like any medium, any art medium. Thank you. I think it's very unique too. There's not a lot of chainmail artists in the world to begin with, but it's going to become a global phenomenon. If I keep saying it, it's going to become a global phenomenon. It will become a global phenomenon. We're going to make it happen. There's not that many in the world, right? Period. All right, we got to figure out where to trim this off at. We want it a little loose. Oh, let me put you back on the Franken-cam. Okay. We want it a little loose, so we'll probably do like right about there, maybe. And we'll take that apart and zip it back up and try and attach a row on the bottom here. Oh. Yeah, about right there. And we'll see how it works out. Oh, let go. Get out of there, ring. I'm trying to save you. Ah. Can it stop knives? If it's made well enough, it can stop a lot of stuff. Okay, so, and this is just my understanding. I'm not a historian, and I'm not a chainmail expert, despite what you see here, right? What I use are called butted rings, right? It's where the ends of the rings butt up against each other. You can see historical examples of butted mail. Typically, the rings are riveted together. More commonly, you're seeing a lot of welded rings. I don't know if I would say more commonly, but as we move further into technology, you see more welded rings, right? Like, they make shark suits out of chainmail. I forget the name of the company, right? And so that when a shark bites you, right, like, it might crush your hand a little bit, but it won't pierce your skin. Neptunic. Google Neptunic shark suits, and you will see chainmail shark suits. Chainmail typically won't stop an arrow. I've seen lots and lots of videos of people shooting arrows at chainmail, and the arrows typically go through, right? But if you're having someone swing a sword downwards at you, the blade should like skate over the top of the chainmail if it's made well. So it can stop a lot of stuff. I just use it for decorative purposes, really. I have a couple of shirts, but time to wear chainmail in the ocean? Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't want to be bitten by a shark. The people who go do that, like, diving with shark stuff are a lot braver than I am. Go swim with a several thousand-year-old essentially killing machine whose only existence is to kill stuff and eat it? No, thank you. Whoever asked won't see this comment, I guess, when I made a coif out of mere butted aluminum and I literally sawed at your head for 5 minutes with a kitchen knife and was fine. I've also seen butcher's gloves made of chainmail. Yeah. If you can't get bitten, it's easy, right? Yeah, I'm still not going swimming with sharks. There's not going to be any like doubling up on the chainmail before I go into the water to go swim with sharks. Not that I'm scared. I just have a healthy respect for them, and I just don't want to put myself in that situation. I've lived a long time, you know, trying not to do too many things that would put my life at risk, but actually I can't say that. I was in the Army and I did stuff all the time that put my life at risk. Admittedly, it wasn't swung at velocity with high force. You're not silly enough to do that with butted aluminum rings, but made with the right material, you could definitely do that. Yeah, I have a shirt that I agreed to allow them to try and stab me in it. And I was fine. They went at me pretty hard. So there is definitely some protective properties. Oh my goodness. Just slinging stuff about here. There's definitely some protective properties to, butted rings, right? But I'm not gonna risk my life on it. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Thank you for your support. I spent 2 years in Iraq treating people. Mostly Iraqi detainees, but some coalition, some third country nationals, and the United States Armed Services. So pretty much anyone that was out there, to include people that were shooting at us only moments before. So I have put myself in dangerous situations, and now that I'm older and wiser, I don't want to do it again. So I will not be swimming with the sharks, sadly. I don't want to knock the people that do it. It's not for me. Wow, that was really the wrong ring. That's okay. Quick little fix here. I did 2 tours, Barb. Many, many years ago. I've been out now longer than I was ever in. Got out, got a degree, decided I didn't want to get shot at anymore, and stayed home. All right. My first tour to here was in 2004. I was in Abu Ghraib, and if you've ever heard the name Lindy England, then Abu Ghraib was where she and her cohorts apparently decided that torturing prisoners was okay. They got into a lot of trouble for that. So, it's a prison. Your sister did 2 tours in Afghanistan, combat medic for the U.S. So she was deployed the same time I was deployed. She studied to be a doctor. Right on, good for her. Yeah, Abu Ghraib was a prison. And, like, we stayed inside the prison, right? There were a bunch of people who had rooms inside cells with, like, wood on the bars to get some privacy. And then I was in an open bay that was, like, sectioned off. Sectioned off into different rooms so people could get some privacy and some sleep. So there were like hooks in the ceiling where people would be strung up. Not while I was there, right? Like when Saddam Hussein was running the place. So it was an interesting place. And I worked at the hospital there. All right. So let's see if we measured this right. Not a job you could do. Well, it wasn't necessarily difficult, you know, if you didn't think about being shot at much, which you kind of get over after a little bit. Okay. You can't see what I see, but we are like almost spot on here. So that's like the first good sign all night that we can move towards like putting this back together. You know, we just pulled off this little section here. So we'll put it back together. We'll lengthen it a little bit. We'll put another edge on the bottom. And then we can move forward. Hats. Thank you, Barb. All right. Now the fun part of joining the ends of this weave. It always takes me a minute to get it put together. So, let's see here. Okay. We'll see if I do this the right way the first time or the second time. Come on, there's the opening. Awesome. Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of miffed that we had to redo all of that and tear it up some, but it's going to be better for having done so, I think. So I'm happy about that. All right, did I do it right? It looks right. I think I did it right. Sweet. Put these rings where they go real quick. Looks like we got a extra one in there. And I think, oh, let's see here. Okay, so this fits nice and snugly, right? And it looks like we have an extra row that we got to pull out here real quick, but right, like that's great. So let's pull these out. We were off by one row, which isn't too bad, you know, for guessing. I'm okay with it. See here, how many wraps have I done? It's upwards of 20 now, right? And each one is a bit different. So I've just kind of gotten used to these roadblocks where something comes up that didn't work right, and just having to figure the best way to get around it. Because if I had continued on last night, right, I would have really screwed things up, I think. Instead of, you know, taking a step back and figuring out what needs to be, instead of taking a step back and figuring out like the best way, right? Which it never comes to you while you're staring it in the face, right? It's always like several hours later, I'm just like, oh, that's the perfect way to fix that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm neglecting the audience here. You're looking at my pretty hat instead of what I'm doing on, what I'm instead of the purpose of me being here. All right. Go on. So, I was having a tender moment with my child earlier today. Today? No, yesterday. Finishing up the first season of The Mandalorian. And this kid, sitting next to me, right? There's really not enough room for two of us in the chair we were sitting on, but he's just getting too big for the chair. So he's sitting next to me, and all of a sudden he gets up, and he kind of sits on my arm a little bit, and he farts on me. I tell you what, I've never had someone fart on me like that, ever. Sometimes the only thing you can do is walk away? Yes. I wholeheartedly agree. All right, so now I think the one row is out that we needed. Nope. Let's make sure we have like an even row here. No, we don't. Okay. We'll keep working on it. Yeah, he did. I looked up to see what he was doing, and he looked down at me, and he promptly farted on my arm. Little turd. Now, okay. It's not the first time he's farted on me, but it's the first time it was ever so blatantly intentional. It was funny. And then he went to his grandparents today, and they made cookies, which were quite good. It's always nice to send the kid to the grandparents and they come back with sweets. All right, this side is fixed. I think we're gonna have to pull out some rings from this other side here. And then we can weave them together, which is probably about all we'll have time for. I don't want to go to work tomorrow, but, that's no different than any other day. Maybe next time we'll talk more about Iraq and some of the fun stuff we got to do over there. There's lots of stuff I remember, and then there's some stuff that's like, I don't know if I just block it out or what. I don't want to work, you just want to bang the drum all day? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to assume that's like a song quote reference to something that I don't know. Because that's what it sounds like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind my job, but if I could not do it and do almost anything else and get paid for it, I'd take that trade. I've been in this field for a long time. Nursing, that is. And it's never anything I thought I would want to do for the rest of my life. So maybe one day. Maybe. Where's I Believe in You? Are they still here? I need I Believe in You to tell me they believe in me so that one day I'll only have to wake up to take my son to school. And then I will go do something else other than nursing. Yeah, it's looking like all we're going to get done is this massive correction to this piece. I'd like to stay and stream longer, but I've got to finish laundry and then it's bedtime. And I have a very busy, very, very busy day with a lot of driving tomorrow. And whatever else I have to finish doing to get ready for Christmas. Because Christmas is at our house, right? And I did some cleaning this weekend, but I didn't do a ton because I knew that we're going to be cleaning throughout the rest of the week to get the house ready for everyone to come over. Renee has like, it's like a 15-pound roast, 17-pound roast. It's a huge roast, right? It like fills up a standard size aluminum pan lengthwise. So I'm looking forward to that, but that's all going to come with a lot of cleaning. Oh, and then it'll be Christmas. And the Christmas contest. I can't wait to see what people have come up with. I got to go back and look at what we promised to give away. I think it was a hooded blanket. A Christmas-themed hooded blanket. So someone will get one of those. And these are the newer blankets. These are they have a brown macro fleece lining instead of like a white, like the ones we currently have, which I think people will like more. So I think it's a good prize. All right. couple more rings and we'll do a test fit. And come on. All right, last ring in this row. And then we're all buttoned back up and we can move on towards finishing this instead of fixing repairs. All right. All right, I'm happy with that. Turn off the Franken cam. Come on. That's in there pretty good, you know? You don't have the, I can get a finger or two in there. It's not that big, bulky, loose wrap that we had earlier. So this is a big improvement. This is a marked improvement over what we had before, right? We'll add a couple rows down here. We'll put another band on the bottom and then finish the neck and finish the bottom, and we're almost done. Excuse me. If you are a chainmail artist and you haven't heard about the MailleWerX Christmas contest yet, on December 24th, there is an opportunity to win a hooded blanket if you submit a chainmail decorated Christmas ball ornament to me on the MailleWerX page or on my personal page by December 24th at midnight. I will list them on December 25th. Everybody will get 2 votes, one for themselves, one for someone else. Whoever gets the most votes at the end of the night. We'll probably do like cut off around 10. I'll pop down here, say, you know, XYZ won the most votes, and they will win a blanket. A hooded Christmas themed chainmail blanket. And then, I don't know if I'll be back on stream until next weekend. Probably, I don't know. I don't know all the plans I am obligated to do between now and then. So, that is what we got done today. I want to thank everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. If I could... I wonder... See here, view dashboard. Maybe that'll be just a... I want to figure out how to raid someone else's stream in Twitch, but I think I have to be only on Twitch in order to do that, so I'll have to figure that out. So for those of you on Twitch, look for random Twitch-only streams. We'll do those one day when I can figure out, like, how to set everything up on there. All right. We'll keep working on adding music, too. We almost had it today. We're this close. All right. I will talk to you guys later. You guys